Religion, The Real Matrix, the book based on African spirituality and mythology from ancient Kemet or Egypt. Written by author Heru Ifangbemi, the book shows that all Western religions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, plagiarize from African spiritual systems to come up with their religions. Buy the book on Amazon. Link is in the description box. Let's go.
This is your writer, Anthony L. Kelly, right here. Check it out. These are my books. Mac, Jaja, book, Sunshine. And this is my first book published, Saving Miss Carolina. And this is my latest, El Manic. Go check this book out, man. This is a nod at hip-hop on its 50th anniversary. This is a nod to one of the illest MCs to ever do it, Nasir Jones. I'll leave all the links in the description box. Salute to everybody who's ever supported me, man. Y'all go support your boy, Anthony L. Kelly. Check till next time. I'm out.
Society. But to transition real quick, I want to talk about this because we talked about, I just alluded to like the weird Illuminati type-esque meeting, right? And our man Isaiah Washington, we've interviewed him before. Shout out to him. He went in today on some things that are going in Hollywood. Now, I know you've seen Matthew Lawrence, the dude that played in Miss Doubtfire back in the day and shit. He said some things about Hollywood. And then Isaiah Washington said this. He said, I'm wondering if I posted about the actor Sam Rockwell being drunk and flicking my dick in a bar when I told him to apologize before I kicked his ass and told the producers, the Russo brothers, that I was going to handle him. He finally apologized and bought me a bottle of scotch. 2 nights later, actor George Clooney walks up to me in the same bar and says, I hear you don't like to get your dick flicked, and does the same exact thing knowing I couldn't knock him out. Will the mainstream media write about these allegations in a tweet? Nope. No cease and desist, and just crickets. What they need to do is leave me the hell alone before I really start talking.
Oh.
I'll wonder.
Now, is that a tweet from his real account? Because hopefully I don't want people coming out and say, oh, that was a robot that did it or he got hacked.
That was his real account.
No doubt.
I'll text him to confirm that shit. That was his real account.
Right.
But what do you think about that? We've heard these rumors and things about Hollywood. Now we're seeing more men come out and talk against some of the things that they have to experience as far as that weird type sexual behavior when it comes to Hollywood. So do you think there's a correlation when we see things like the Met Gala? I'm not going to associate the Met Gala.
Right.
But it's with things like that and what we hear in Hollywood, do you think it all is true, man?
Yeah, I do. And I'm against any type of predatory sexual behavior, whether it's guy going after a woman does not want it, or a man going after a man does not want it. I'm against all of that. All of it to me is that, the essay, in my opinion. If you go up to a woman and smack her in the booty, or if a dude is Terry Crew and you're grabbing your nutsack, you know what I mean? I don't know what guy's going to stand around there not do anything, but I get it. Maybe, it's an atmosphere where he's just not, and I'm not even saying you being emotional. That's a natural reaction.
Right.
You grab my shit, I'm swinging on you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Especially if you're a guy. That's just like, come on, we don't play like that. A woman, it's a little different. I'm not gonna be like Busta Rhymes. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But yeah, so that's just, but for years, before we were born, there's been allegations coming out of Hollywood like this. And I just think, honestly, man, a lot of people say, right, that the whole H thing, a lot of it is predatorial. And I've heard that, you know what I mean? Men on men, women on women. A lot of it is like kind of grooming people and going after people that's not really into it, but trying to kind of turn them out. I hear that a lot. I know you hear it too. You know what I mean? So I don't know if this is something that has to do with that, but I believe him 100%. I don't see why he would make this up, man, at all.
I think you brought up Terry Crews, and I think a lot of the reason why we clown Terry Crews is because a man's natural reaction is to knock that dude 10 yards through the fucking air, pick him up and knock him 50 yards in the air for ever trying to violate you as a man in front of your wife. And the fact that he almost allowed it to go down, and we don't know the circumstances, what type of money was involved with that nut grab or whatever the case may be, but it's like, okay, X all that. You can't do that. And how many people are allowing this to go down simply to hold a career and keep a career? A lot of people, they just attribute it to acting. And I believe that some actors really can find a role and go into places that they don't typically go into in their normal human life. But I also believe that there's a little bit of an agenda to that too, where they specifically want you to do certain things in order to gain more success. And I think that it's more than color at this point. You're seeing more than just black people, more than just Hispanic people come out and say these things. I just think that the punishment may be a little harsher for us when it comes to the ramifications of us not doing it.
Yep.
This is why we see a lot more of our brothers wearing dresses than we see the white counterparts. Not to say that they don't do it, because they do.
Yeah.
But it seems like it's a lot more when it comes to the rise of superstardom with our counterparts. We've seen our man Miguel Nunez talk about doing Joanna Man 2.
Oh yeah.
Who the fuck wants to see that? Didn't want to see Joanna Man 1. Why can't we see a Pretty Ricky Fontaine Part 2 or some shit? Why we got to see Joanna Man 2? So I don't know, man. I think it's something to that. Obviously, they give a nice bag for men to emasculate themselves, and it's something to it.
Hey, I was watching Ladybugs the other day,
yeah.
and I remember when we was little. It came out like '92. We used to watch this all the time.
All the time.
Back then, we didn't really think about the ramifications of that. They put that little boy in a dress.
Yep.
Back then, now I seen the other day, I'm like, yo, why the hell is this little boy in a dress? And it may be comedy, it may be funny. I understand that, but it's like it got to be something behind it. Like you said, it's not just race specific. You know what I mean? But for us, it seems like, and you know, as much black actors as I can name that wore a dress, you could probably give me the same amount that didn't.
Yep.
Because there's so many black actors, I get it, but it's just like when we did a lot of interviews with actors, and we probably asked maybe 20 or 30 of them. I'll say 10 or 15 to be real and to be modest about the dress thing. We should probably could put something together on that.
Yeah, you probably more like 20 to 30.
Maybe, yeah, if you really go back. And it's like we asked them about it, and we got all different answers about that whole different, spectrum. So it's crazy, man. And you know, I just don't see why that would have to be a part of, your catalog, putting the dress on. There's so much other things that could be funny, that can make people laugh by, in my opinion, emasculating you, putting you in a dress. Because that's what I think it is.
Yeah.
I think it emasculates you even further, to put a black man in a dress, especially because it's like the image. Image is so important, man.
Yeah.
We don't realize how important the image is, not only in our community, but how we perceive by other people.
Right.
And if we keep saying, every black male getting destroyed in the media by different allegations, wearing dresses, it's almost like you ain't no man no more.
Right.
It's like they promote you to be a sissy or a clown or a comedian, as we see.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the people that seem to ascend more, the people that are clowners, the comedian guys, the guys that want to wear wigs, the guys that want to wear dresses. It just seems like that. And it seems like that real black masculinity is not really promoted like that. That's what it seems like to me.
100% facts. And the thing is crazy is like nobody's questioning what you want to do with yourself sexually behind closed doors.
Absolutely.
It's a predatorial element involved in this, that they're trying to turn out heterosexual men that clearly want to just deal with women, don't have nothing against what you want to do, but you want to turn out heterosexual people. That's the weird predatorial piece that I just don't understand. If you Hollywood and you happen to be homosexual and you want to sleep with other homosexual people that follow that lifestyle, do you?
Right.
But you got people that don't even deal with that, and just because you got some weird sexual fantasy about the thing, you're going to try to turn them out and use your power as a piece to influence that and take away something out of their pocket. It's sick.
Yeah.
But it's reality.
Yep. No different than a guy. It is kind of different though than a guy, I would say.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean? When you're talking about like the H word,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Trying to turn a guy out as opposed to a man trying to get at a woman. I think it's a little bit different.
Yeah, it is.
Because, you make babies and stuff with women. Men and women make babies.
Right.
That's just the way it is. The other thing is just like, whoa. Like you trying to turn somebody out to a totally different way of life. And it's like, it happens in the bedroom. Keep it in the bedroom.
Yeah.
We ain't got to know about it. Do what you do in the bedroom. Keep behind closed door. You want to do your thing. I don't have no hate, no bias against you. It's when you start trying to force it on other people or turn this person out with it, to me, it comes to a point where it's like, okay, this is getting scary.
Oh, God, what would the conversation be like if us as two heterosexual men seen two homosexual females that we were attracted to and said, you know what? We're going to fuck y'all straight again. What would the conversation be like if we, as heterosexual men, said we were going to turn homosexuals back into heterosexuals?
Right.
They would fry us.
Yeah.
At the stake. But this happens all the time in Hollywood on the opposite end. But this is what's being promoted. This is being highlighted. This is what is being pushed into the forefront for whatever reason. Because I don't know why sexuality is being pushed toward any forefront. That's a private situation between you and that person. Spooky, bro.
Yeah. And you got to